So what's up, everyone? This is Emerald Snipes. You're checking out Thisis50.com. Rest in peace, Eric Garner.
Oh, wait for what? Every time you see me, you want to mess with me. I'm tired of it. It stops today. I did not sell nothing. I'm minding my business. Please just leave me alone. I told you the last time. Please just leave me alone. Please don't touch me. Hold on. Don't touch me, please. Do not touch me. Put your hand behind your back. I can't breathe. 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 I can't breathe.
What up, this is RoseD and I'm here with Eric Garner's daughter, Emerald Garner. Thisis50.com. How you doing today?
I'm better.
Yeah? How's it been?
It's been rough, but people been reaching out. They've been, hitting me up. How you doing? How's it going? What's going on? And talking about it is what's making it better.
Take me back to when you first got that phone call, when you first found out. How did that even transpire?
It was crazy because I was in the house with my daughter and my goddaughter, my daughter's godmother was there, and my childhood friend Brianna, she was there, and we were about to take a nap. And I talked to my mother and she was like, okay, Emerald, I'm tired. I was like, yeah, we're tired too. We're about to take a nap. So I said, okay, I'm gonna call you later. She hung up. And then she called me back like 5 minutes later, like literally 5 minutes later. And I'm like, why is she calling me? And then I was like, I'm not gonna answer. But then I'm like, no, let me answer. And I pick up, she's crying. She was like, they just called me and said that Daddy, he stopped breathing on Bay Street. And I'm like, what do you mean stop breathing? Like he had an asthma attack or something happened? So she's like, I don't know, I'm trying to find out. Call me. I said, well, call me back when you get to the hospital. And she's like, okay, I'll call you when I get there. So I'm calling the hospital. And the hospital is like, they're working on him. Your mother is here. And I said, just tell her I'm on my way, because she's not answering the phone. So every time I call, they're like, I'm working on him. So when I get to Staten Island, I called the hospital and I'm like, tell my mother I'm on my way. They say you need to contact the next of kin. I'm like, what do you mean next of kin? I'm his child. Like, how next of kin can I get?
Yeah.
So she's like, just contact next of kin, and the phone went dead. So I called my mother and I'm like, Mom, I'm about to get on the train. I'm about to get on the bus to come to the house. So she's like, I'm at the ferry terminal. And she's like, don't go to the hospital, come to the house. He's gone. And I'm like, what do you mean he's gone? Like, I don't know. Like, what do you mean? So I sat down and I was crying and people were looking at me like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I wasn't talking to nobody. So like in the ferry, there's terminals. So I'm walking, like, I didn't even know which way I was going. Like, I had to walk through, like, come out the terminal, come in to find the right bus. But I never went back to the ferry. And then I got to the front of the building and it was like, so many different stories were coming. So many people were like,
People were approaching you?
They were like calling me on my phone, texting me. They're like, oh, well, this happened, that happened. And then I'm in front of my mother's building and they were like, well, I was there and, there's a video, or somebody has a video. It was crazy the first day that initially happened. Like, I went to Staten Island immediately. Like, I'm like, Brianna, what should I do? She was like, I don't know why you still here. Like, I would have been left a long time ago. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna wait for her to call me back. I put on my stuff and I left. I was just thankful that I didn't have to carry my daughter with me, because the whole time I said, Brie, I don't want to get there and they tell me that I don't have a father anymore. That's not what I want to hear right now. So she was like, I don't know what you're going to do. I was like, I'm going to go. And I was like, that's the last thing I want to hear. I was like, I just want to get there. I just want to tell him, I love you, whatever. Even if, you lost a leg or lost an arm, we still want you to be here. We'd rather you be here or, I thought we would be going to the precinct or something.
Right.
It would be, he was still here, but he wasn't. So my mother was hysterical. And my brother, he was in the house and I was like, we just sat there and we talked for like 5 minutes and he was like, I don't want to talk anymore. And I'm like, okay.
So at that point, you're hearing all these stories. Like, how did you figure out like what actually happened? Like, how did that, and when you did, how did that make you feel?
Well, there was somebody that I was trying to find who took the video. I was like, let's go to Bay Street and let's see who took the video. I want to find out what happened.
Right.
But in the situation, they were like, I don't think you should go to Bay Street because you're too emotional. Just, we'll find out as things come. So that night, initially, what they said was he died from a heart attack on the way to the hospital. But I was confused because when I called the hospital myself. I called every hospital in Staten Island when I found out he was on his way to the hospital. And they kept saying the doctors are with him, they're working on him. But when later on, they're like, he died on the way to the hospital. And then, people are saying, no, he passed away before he even was put on the gurney, on the stretcher. So that night, originally, what they said to us was that he died from a heart attack. And then later on, as the story progressed, as, people started talking and published stuff, that's how we found out exactly what happened.
You guys had to kind of play detective at this point,
yeah,
right?
pretty much had to play detective the first night, like try to figure out what's going on because nobody was giving anybody answers. I'm calling my mother, and the reason why she wasn't answering the phone for me is because she didn't have anything to tell me because they weren't telling her anything. And she knows that I'm the worried child, like I always worry about everything. So she's like, I don't have anything to tell you, so how can I answer if I don't have anything to tell you? From the police, we found out, we heard that he died from a heart attack. From people that were there, we found out that he was gone before he even got to the hospital. Well, there was a video. That's how we found out what happened. I watched the video the first night. I haven't watched it again besides what was playing over. But that's basically how the family found out exactly what happened. So from there, it was like, we know what happened. Now it's time to, fight for what we need to be is justice. Like what we want to be justified. Like we wanted an indictment. We didn't get it. We originally wanted the federal government to come in from the beginning. Right. So we're just happy that they did step in to take over. I'm just glad that it didn't turn into what happened in Ferguson. Like I'm just glad that, they were able to keep the peace. And all of the young people, they showed up and they showed out and they did it in a good way. I want the policies to be enforced. I want, can we, come to where you get punished for what you did, even though you have a badge? Like it's come to a point where, you're abusing your authority and we have it on video and you still don't face consequences. Right. So that means they're gonna keep doing it until they have to, pay for what they do. And it takes the federal government to come in, and that just shows you that grand juries mean nothing. You didn't hear from us, you heard from him. Right. So for you to come out with a non-indictment, that's crazy. I'm trying to put out there that these policies need to be enforced, because if the shoe was on the other foot, my father would be in jail. He would have got his sentence in a long time ago, and he would be serving his time right now. So it's like unfair, it's a double standard. Just because you have a badge, you can't be punished for what you did. It was ruled a homicide. We have a video. The chokehold is banned in the NYPD. So that's three things. That's three major things that makes it like, something
Obvious.
Something is not right. There's an imbalance.
You never wanted for nothing?
Nothing at all. Not when my father was around. He always made sure that his children were good. He always made sure that his children had whatever. And
just to be clear, when he was getting arrested, it was for the sale of Lucy's, right?
No, it wasn't, because there was a fight.
Oh, okay.
He said in the video, I was breaking up a fight. I wasn't doing anything. So he was being a peacemaker. He was breaking up a fight. So where are the people that were fighting? Why didn't you come and say, well, listen, we were fighting. Let's get that clear first. Because, usually there's the 911 dispatcher tape. There's no tape that says, oh, this person is selling Lucy's, come arrest him. I never felt afraid of the NYPD until now. Like, I feel like you won't save me because you know who my father is.
Right. How's your mom handling all this?
She's better. Like, she's not as emotional. Like, certain things that used to remind her of my father.
How about your brothers? How are they dealing with it?
They're doing pretty good. My brother Eric, he's in Essex County in Jersey. He got a full basketball scholarship. Nice. He's like, it's times where he's like, I want to come home because mommy's stressed, she's sad. And I'm like, no, don't come home. Do what you got to do.
I got this.
In school. Yeah, so I'm trying to be that.
I'm sorry. You're doing it though. You're holding everybody together. You're here, you know, you're making a difference. There's people all around the world, like you said, protesting.
Yes.
When you would, the first night when you went to sleep, you would never imagine that all this is happening. You get what I'm saying? With all this stuff, blessings come, and I promise you, the blessings will continue to come.
Yes.
So a lot of people's back and forth about the whole arrest was that he resisted arrest, and that if he hadn't, he would still be here today. What do you say to those people who say all that stuff?
What is your definition of resisting arrest? Because I thought that resisting arrest was, you know, knocking somebody out.
Please, don't touch me, please. Do not touch me.
He was a big man. You said he was a big man, so why didn't he flip the cop over his shoulder and something like that? Like something, you know? Like if he was fighting, they wouldn't have taken him down so easy. You know, like he was a boxer, so it's like, he wasn't resisting arrest. His hands was open, you know, I wasn't doing anything. Why are you harassing me? So there was no resistance. I don't see resistance. I didn't see get off of me and push people out the way and try to run. But he always wanted to help somebody else. Anytime you was in need and you called my father, he was there. There was a man that came up to me and he was like, your father bought me a sandwich every day. Every day that he saw me, he bought me a sandwich. He made sure that I ate. I was made chair for the march, co-chair for the march on Washington through National Action Network.
Nice.
I just want to bring awareness to the youth, like, you know, our young adults and our kids, like how to deal with police. Like my mother always said, carry your ID, you know, don't give them a reason to bother you. If you know you're not supposed to be in that park, don't sit in there. Like, you know you're not supposed to hop the train, so don't do it. Don't give them a reason to stop you. And for all those that are young, they think that, you know, they don't have rights and stuff. Like, I just found out you're supposed to tell them, call your mother when you're a minor. I didn't know that. See, I find things out and I want to let other people know.
Where can we find you? Twitter, Facebook,
Twitter
Instagram?
is Emerald_Snipes. That's it, right?
Yes, Emerald_Snipes.
_Snipes. I'm gonna link my Instagram because my Instagram's got a little Brooklyn girl, but there's a lot of underscores in there.
Yeah, we gotta fix that.
Yeah, we gotta fix that. I have to change my name. I'm on Facebook, Emerald Snipes, and I think that's all. Oh, I'm on the National Action Network website. Yes, Russell Simmons retweeted me, and then my brother went to go meet him, and I'm like, oh, he retweeted me. I'm so psyched. Like, and then I met Nick Cannon. Like, I'm a huge Nick Cannon fan. Like, I love him. Like, I cried when he married Mariah, and Mariah used to be my favorite singer. So that was me, the groupie chick for Nick Cannon, and I was walking past his dressing room, and I was like, you're Nick Cannon, and I was like, get my phone. So I got to meet him. That was like a dream. And then I met Spike Lee.
Nice.
And my father, he loved Spike Lee movies.
Oh, okay, so that definitely.
Yeah, like he loved Do the Right Thing. So this whole situation and the chokehold thing, it was like all connected. And I was in the back when they said Spike Lee was there, so I had to go outside and I had to meet him. So I got my picture with him and then took a selfie with Al Sharpton. So my goal is to get a selfie with all my favorite stars and all the stars I come across. So,
well, many more blessings to you, and I'm really proud of you, and especially the way that you carry yourself, the way that you speak, the way you're holding on, the way that you're keeping your family together. It's really amazing and inspiring to me because Lord knows.
Yes.
Lord knows, I wouldn't know. I don't know if I could handle. I don't even know if I could be able to sit here and talk about it. Thank you so much for coming, Emerald. I appreciate it.